Okay, it should be recording. Did it let you know?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so Hannah and I are going to be engaging in 4 different exercises with me as the clinician for the first 2 and Hannah as the clinician for the last 2. And our patient is receiving voice therapy for their hyperfunctional voice. So we are just going to dive straight into the first exercise. All right, Hannah. So your first exercise for today's voice therapy is called an easy onset. And the goal of this exercise is to decrease that laryngeal or throat tension at the beginning of each verbal expression, or what's known as phonation. And why we do this is easy onset exercises decrease that tight and effortful tension occurring in that voice box, in those structures in the voice box, particularly. Each easy onset speech sound um, opens up that vocal tract. And so when you produce the letter H sound, which we will be doing in just a bit, for example, the before beginning to speak, one's tiny vocal folds that we've talked about before, or those tiny structures in the voice box, are relaxed and not touching. With your hyperfunctional voicing disorder, beginning speaking with an easy transition into working those vocal folds will help make voicing and speaking altogether easier, which is the goal here. So the first step for engaging in easy onset exercises is producing that letter H sound. So let me hear you make the H sound. Huh, or not huh. It's more like it's like an open airflow. Perfect. And so we will be doing that at each verbal expression. Just that nice, easy, voiceless sound where we hear the airflow passing through. So for the first step of this exercise, we will start with the H sound um, and kind of increase the duration of how long we hold out that H sound before producing a word. So the first exercise will sound like this. We'll do it 4 times. Hey, 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 hey. With that last one just being the word hey. So let's have you try it and just hold out the duration of that H sound at different durations or different increments
Mhm.
whenever you're ready.
Hey. 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 Hey.
Perfect. How did that feel?
Um, Pretty good. Pretty relaxed and stuff.
Good. And this is something you could really implement into any speaking opportunities. So, for example, you could say, how are you doing? Or, I wish I had a large coffee, and just really ease into those speaking opportunities. Would you like to try one of those phrases I just said just to practice it?
I wish I had a large coffee.
Perfect. And you could even have a little catchphrase you do, like, hey, howdy, hey, or just starting off your expressions with something that will cue you to make that H sound before um, speaking. So that was our first exercise. I now want to go into our next exercise, which is called a yawn sigh. And the goal of this exercise is to reduce or ease that laryngeal tension. And structurally, this will lower the larynx to ease that built up tension and relax your muscles. So we do not want your throat to feel like it's closing up. Another important part of this exercise is building awareness or focusing on how your larynx or throat feels during this yawn sigh exercise. This could be done either by through me asking you how it feels, or through you having these reflective thoughts of, is there tension? Do you feel your muscles are relaxed? And we really want your throat and larynx to feel relaxed and not tight. So that's something I want you to think about when we are doing this exercise, yawn sigh. The first step for this yawn sigh exercise is yawning, then producing a sigh. And we'll do that 3 times. I'll show you what it's going to sound like first. So we're going to yawn, then sigh, like this. Now you try it 3 times. Perfect. One more. Okay, that felt really good. Did you feel any tension?
It felt pretty good.
Okay. The next step for this exercise is we are going to add a vowel sound at the end of that sigh. So for this second exercise, we are going to yawn, then sigh with a vowel sound like this. Ha, ha. Now you try.
How many times do I do this one?
We'll do it 3 times. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
One more.
Ah.
All right. This next part of the exercise is we are going to yawn and then hum. So it will sound a bit like this. Hum. Hum. Now you try it 3 times.
Hum.
Perfect. One more.
Hum.
This last exercise will combine everything we've done, but we are going to yawn and then make that vowel and hum sound into a word. And our target word will be man. So for this exercise, it will sound like this. Man. Man. And we'll try to say the target word man whenever you're ready. Okay. One more.
Oh man.
Perfect. Great job. And it's really nice to just keep that voice box open during those phonatory tasks. I want to ask, when you were engaging in these exercises, did it feel as relaxed and without tension as it does when you are not engaging in those phonatory or voicing exercises?
Yeah, I would say it felt like pretty relaxed and they were pretty easy. Just like saying H before everything I say isn't like natural for me, but I will definitely practice that.
Okay, we will continue to work on that, but let's go ahead and move on to our next few exercises.
Okay, so now I will be the clinician and Morgan will be my client. Okay, so this first exercise is diaphragmatic breathing. And basically what that means is it's just a big fancy word for belly breathing. So the goals of diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing is to improve that relaxation. Sometimes we can have a lot of tension up here in our neck and in our shoulders. And when we breathe with our shoulders or with our chest, that can sometimes increase that tension. So we're just going to really focus on breathing out of our belly. And then it's just going to ensure that adequate breath support that we need for talking and talking a lot. So we're going to do a quick posture check. I just want you to be sitting with your shoulders back, your feet flat on the ground. Perfect. Awesome. So relax your shoulders, place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And I'm going to have you breathe through your nose for about 2 to 3 seconds. And I just really want you to think about and connect that mind to this breathing of having your belly expand and your chest staying the same. So your chest is going to stay. So if you watch me, I don't know if I can really show you my belly and my chest at the same time, but if you watch me, my chest will not move. So I'm going to have you try that. Breathe through your nose and then out through your mouth and just really think about that belly moving. Do that one more time for me. So I saw a little bit of shoulder movement or a kind of shoulder shrug. So maybe you can place your hand on your shoulder or you can keep it on your chest and just try to keep this whole area very still. That looked better. How does that feel?
I like this way better. It's not natural, and I think this way helps me keep my shoulders down.
Okay, cool. So the next step with that is we're just going to breathe through our mouth And so I'm going to have you purse your lips like you're going to drink through a straw, and then gently press on your stomach and exhale, and just really feel that again in your tummy and not in your chest. How does that feel?
It helps me draw attention to breathing and
Mhm.
filling up my stomach when I breathe in. I like that. I could
Okay.
see myself using this exercise.
Yeah, and I think it's just a good like full body relaxation exercise too. One way to just kind of help learn this and try to like even like not really have to think about it as much as if you lay on your back. So if you lay on the couch or if you lay on the bed or even just like the ground, um, when we're in that position, it just like automatically engages our stomach breathing a little bit more. So that could be a pretty easy way to just kind of learn it and feel that muscle connection. But yeah, that looked really good.
Okay. I will try that and I'll let you know how it goes.
Awesome. Okay, so our second exercise is called semi-occluded vocal tract. So the goal of this one is to improve airflow and then coordinate that breathing and respiration, breath support, all of that together, and then improve placement of the voice to reduce that tension that we feel up here. So for this one, I'm going to have you grab a cup and a straw.
Okay. I remember you telling me that.
Perfect. Awesome. So you might need to drink a little bit of it just because I don't want your bubbles to like explode and go everywhere. But what we're going to do is we're going to blow air through the straw and try to create very consistent, steady, smooth bubbles. So I will demonstrate and then I'll have you do it after me. So they were very consistent, very steady. My throat was very open. I'll have you try that now.
Okay.
Good. So let's try to keep that breath support and that like, just try to keep it very steady. So I'll do it with you this time. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah. So let's try it just one more time and let's really try to get that big breath through our belly like we just practiced, and then we'll blow the bubbles again. You can
Okay.
go.
So big breath in.
Mhm.
Okay. That one felt much better.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I'm just going to do it one more time.
Okay.
So we just want there to be steady, consistent bubbles. Yeah, I see them now. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so then this next one, we're just going to add a little bit of voice to that. So we're going to blow air through the straw and then just add some voice. So it'll sound and kind of look like this. I'm trying to let you see my cup. So it's just really steady, really consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that. That looks awesome. Perfect. Let's do that a couple times. I'll do
Okay.
it.
It's kind of like you hum into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. And let's do it one more time.
Okay.
Good. Good working. Awesome. So these are just some exercises that you can use at home to kind of release that tension in our neck and just really focus on feeling relaxed.
Okay.